the Nupe invasion, the untold history of Agenebode, the Weppa Wanno story. Most people in Weppa Wanno today believe they understand the stories of their kingdom and the conflicts that shape their identity. The stories are passed down through songs, proverbs, and memories shared by elders. Yet they are far deeper than what tradition preserves when examined closely. The Nupe invasion of the land was not a sudden accident of history, nor merely a brutal military raid. It was the outcome of a carefully calculated geopolitical strategy, one linked to regional power shifts unfolding hundreds of kilometers away. The most unsettling question, therefore, is not why the Nupe came, but why the Weppa Wanno people were so exposed at that time. This is the untold story of power, strategy, identity, and survival. A narrative shaped by heroism and error, unity and fragmentation, spiritual devotion, and political vulnerability. It is also a story with lessons that echo powerfully into modern Africa and Nigeria. Before the invasion, Weppa Wanno society existed as a constellation of kindreds. Each kindred had its own leadership, sacred traditions, and symbolic territory. They were culturally united by ancestry and language, yet politically independent. There was no single capital, no centralized command, and no unified military structure. Independence fostered strong local identities, but it also bred weakness. When danger emerged, decisions were slow, coordination was limited, and collective action became almost impossible. In moments that demand unity, too many leaders can mean no leadership at all. Long before the Nupe invasion, there lived General Agenebode, one of the great patriarchs of the people and a celebrated veteran of the Benin Kingdom. Renowned for his courage, loyalty, and strategic brilliance, he fought under the legendary Oba Ewuare during Benin's era of expansion. Following the obnoxious royal decrees he considered unjust, Agenebode left Benin with his kinsmen and settled in what would become Weppa and Wanno. Over time, his reputation grew beyond that of a warrior. He became a symbol and eventually a deity. When a hero becomes divine, people stop acting and begin waiting for signs, rituals, and interpretations. Spiritual reliance deepened, but practical leadership weakened. Generations later, this shift would quietly erode the community's defensive readiness. By the early 19th century, Weppa Wanno society was spiritually rich but politically fragile. Kindred heads were preoccupied with internal disputes, land boundaries, influence, and ancestral claims. Settlements were scattered, alliances weak, and cooperation inconsistent. While culturally unified, the people could not mobilize quickly as a single force. This internal fragmentation would soon attract external attention. At the same time, the Nupe kingdom was emerging as one of the most organized powers in the region. It possessed a centralized government, structured taxation, iron weapon industries, and a formidable cavalry force. The aftermath of the Fulani Jihad of 1804 reshaped northern politics, pushing Nupe leaders to consolidate territory and resources to avoid domination. Control of trade routes along the river Niger was central to its expansion. Agenebode, located along a vital river corridor, became a strategic target valuable not just for conquest but for controlling commerce, tribute, and human labor. The Nupe scouts meticulously gathered intelligence, observed scattered settlements, the absence of a standing army, and a heavy dependence on ritual rather than organized defense. To experienced strategists, the vulnerability was unmistakable. Signs of danger appeared long before the invasion. Hunters reported unfamiliar footprints. Neighboring villages whispered of missing livestock. Traders asked probing questions that revealed more curiosity than commerce. Yet each kindred dismissed these warnings. Some believed the threat was distant. Others assumed it was another clan's problem. No collective alarm was raised, and no unified response was prepared. Then came the drums. In the Weppa Wanno culture, drums speak. They announce joy and mourning, festivals and danger. One night, their rhythm changed, and it was the drum of distress, unity, and war. But unity, already fractured, could not be summoned overnight. When the Nupe forces arrived, they came mounted, armed, and coordinated. The response was uneven. Some kindreds are prepared to fight. Others fled into the forests. Many turned to rituals, believing spiritual protection would stop physical weapons. The assault was swift and and devastating. Homes were burned, families scattered, and warriors ambushed. Sacred shrines were desecrated, ancestral symbols destroyed, and men, women, and children captured. The strategy was clear. Strike first, strike hard, and deny the enemy time to unite. Within days, the damage was irreversible. Oral accounts describe elders unable to flee, children hidden in forests, and leaders stunned by the speed of collapse. It was not merely a military defeat, but a psychological shockwave. In the wake of victory, Nupe forces imposed tribute, installed subordinate leaders, and controlled trade routes. Captives were taken for labor and sale. Entire families were displaced, some fleeing permanently, others returning later to rebuild shattered communities. Cultural memory fractured. With no written records, history survived only through scattered oral traditions, preserved by elders and storytellers. Attempts were made to prevent future threats, but failed because the core problem remained unresolved. Instead of building centralized leadership and coordinated defense, communities leaned further into spiritual remedies, shrines, sacrifices, and divination. These practices held deep cultural meaning, but they could not counter iron weapons, cavalry, and military organization. There was no standing army, no unified command, no rapid communication system, and no collective strategy. Internal rivalries persisted. Agenebode was geographically vulnerable, with open river access, flat terrain, and minimal fortifications. The reason this story matters today is simple. The same patterns repeat themselves. Just as disunity weakened Weppa Wanno, the Oyo Empire collapsed under fractured leadership, and the Benin faltered when internal strife delayed response. Modern Nigeria faces similar pressures: ethnic suspicion, regional rivalry, religious tension, and fragmented national identity. Foreign interests today exploit political instability, just as invaders once exploited communal fractures. The methods have changed, but the strategy remains the same. Disunity invites disaster and makes societies easy targets. Spiritual strength must be balanced with strategic preparation, and ignoring warning signs guarantees regret, because danger does not wait for readiness. Every society faces a Nupe moment, when unity is tested and leadership is revealed. The past is not dead, it repeats itself. The Nupe invasion is more than history. It is a mirror, a caution, and a reminder. Because history whispers, but only the wise listen. If you found this story eye-opening and believe forgotten histories deserve to be remembered, like, subscribe to The Gavel, and share this documentary with someone who values our past. This is The Gavel, telling the stories of our people, our culture, and our history, one truth at a time.